Well, Ian Williams, CEO of the Charteris, joins me now to assess their chances. He also manages the best performing fund for British government bonds, the City Financial Strategic Gilt. Thank you very much indeed for coming in. Now, you're looking at something slightly different from the general opinion polls that we here in media organisations feast on all the time. You're looking at spread betting.
Yes.
And the numbers here are quite different. David Cameron would obviously be very happy to see them because it has him pretty much on the edge of a majority.
And they've been saying that for a month. I mean, the spread, when the books opened on the spread betting, they came in with the Conservatives in number of seats, around about 330 seats. And
330 seats, by the way, is a clear majority. That puts them straight in.
They need 326 for an overall majority. So 330, just about 4 seats clear of an overall majority over everybody. Now, these are live prices, and they're governed by the supply and demand for the seats, i.e. flow of money, no different to a horse racing. And since the book were open a month ago, after the first television debate and Clegg mania kicked in, the Liberals, which are around 60 seats, went up to around 85, 90 seats. They've now come off a bit. The Tories initially went down from 330 to around 305 seats, but then they recovered quite quickly up to 325, where they've remained for the last 2 weeks. And it's the Labour seat that's come off by about 25 seats.
Now, tell me this. Why are these, which are actually governed by money rather than governed by opinion polls, by people phoning up undecided voters and marginals and all those things, how come these are so much more accurate?
Well, they're governed by real money. So this is not people asking a question to a pollster. This is someone actually putting their own money at risk. And there's millions of pounds gets traded on these seats. And the more liquidity, i.e. the more people that bet, the greater the likelihood of their accuracy. And they're more sophisticated because they take into account the boundary changes that have occurred since the last election. They take into account that the marginals, which is where all the Conservatives are spending all their money, it may produce a different result than a uniform swing across the country.
Indeed, because it's those swing seats that are the ones that Lord Ashcroft, the Conservatives, have been pouring money, time and effort into.
And that will be factored into the price of the spread betting seats, but it won't be factored into some of these opinion polls, which just assume a marginal uniform swing across the country.
Now, looking at these figures, of course, we're seeing that there would not be, just looking at them, it's pretty clear that there would not be a hung parliament, that David Cameron, even on a slightly worst case scenario, would still be able to form a government. We've been hearing constantly that the markets have priced in a hung parliament. So what do you think, with your bonds cap on, would happen to the markets in this scenario?
Markets tend to be apolitical, to be honest. People always assume.
But don't they like certainty? We're always hearing that markets need certainty, and a Conservative majority would give them certainty, wouldn't it?
Yes, but it would depend. I mean, if it's only got 3 seats, majority, then people will be worrying about whether they will be able to get their legislation through the House of Commons and whether it be derailed. So, I mean, even if he gets in with, say, a 3-seat overall majority, it's not going to. The uncertainty isn't going to go away completely. And if he needs to do deals with other parties, if he, say, got 305 or 310, he doesn't necessarily need to do a deal with the Liberals. And equally, if he did do a deal with the Liberals, they aren't in a particularly strong bargaining position to demand too much out of him. So it would depend on wait and see on Friday, see what the results are.
Yeah, we'll find out everything on Friday when we'll find out if these spread bets are the most accurate. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Bye.